So hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about Eval. Eval stands for evaluate. It parses a string and that string should be a valid Python expression. So that string is parsed and it is evaluated. So if I have an x is equal to 5 here, and if I want to evaluate a comparison, x is less than 8, and this string is parsed and it is evaluated, the result can be stored in a variable res, and if I print it, should give me true. So we have defined x and we just want to check if x is less than 8. So even if it's a string, it parses the string and it evaluates the expression x is less than 8 is true. That result is stored here and I have printed it. So we can also do this via x less than 8 via a simple expression. So if I print that result 1, it should give me true 2 times. So why do we need eval when we can do the simple assignment? The reason is it parses a string. Whenever we get an input from the user, it is stored as a string. So we can evaluate the string and use it for our purpose. So I have an input. So if I save and run it, I just need to type the expression here. It is true. So x less than 8 is stored as a string. That string is evaluated and the result true is stored in this variable and I have just printed it. So this is one example of comparison. What if I want to just do some input like print things, like if I print hello world, it prints hello world. This is a Python expression, but I don't have any print statement here. The evaluate accepted this string and evaluated it. Okay, now let me give you a practical example. So let me have an input from the user. It is a number now, so I have an int to parse it as an integer from the string. So let me have another variable called expression and let me put it in eval. So and I print the expression here, the result. So when I run this program, I give a number, so let's suppose it's 4, and I have to give an expression here in terms of x. So x times x power 2 plus x it is. So it is 20. So what I have done is I have stored the value of 4 in the variable x, and I have asked to print an expression. So that expression is in terms of x. So x power 2 plus x. Since x is already stored here, so 4 power 2 is 16 and plus 4 is 20. That result is stored in the expression and I have printed the expression. So you can be more specific if you want. Enter the value of x and I can say enter the function x. So this should be more clear now. So I have 5 and I want to evaluate this expression. So x times 2 plus x cube plus x, and it is 30. So x times 2 is 10 and 15 and 5 is 30 here. So one thing eval cannot do is it cannot execute a code which is an assignment. So if I have exec evaluate input print x, so I cannot just assign variable here x is equal to 5. This is not clear here because it's not evaluating an expression. It's just an expression but not assignment. In order to execute an assignment, we have to pass an exec, exec. So if I run this program, x is equal to 6, and since x is not defined here anywhere here, it just taken the input as x is equal to 6, and now if I print x, it is 6. But exec is a highly dangerous command, and you don't want to give any authority to the user to execute any code. It may be even malicious or maybe even an attack. So you have to restrict using this as much as possible, and it should be in very specific only if you are sure about your applications. So don't use this code. Always try to stick with eval as much as possible. So let me give you another example of using eval. These cannot be even like comparison. They can be any type of Python expressions. So eval of, let me print a list of numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a string basically. If we try to print anything, if it is an variable, it should print just this string, not as a list. So if I try to evaluate this string, this becomes a list now. So as soon as the string is parsed, the result becomes a list, and that list is stored here. So if I print a of -1, which should have the last variable here, so I print it should print 6. So if I check the type of a, it should be a list, obviously. So this string is parsed, and the underlying list is stored in the variable a, and the type is list.